Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samuel and the channel is Analyzing with Sam. I want to thank you all my viewers and all of my subscribers. You guys are the reason why I am here on YouTube. I pray that God continually blessing you as you continue to watch my videos. And if today, if your first time of seeing me, please guys, after watching, just subscribe and hit also the notification bell so that whenever I put up new videos, you will be among the first to be notified, and God will definitely bless you. In today's video, guys, I want to talk about the TFR. Those of you who live and work in Italy already know what this TFR is all about, but not really every one of you know that there is a law that governs this TFR. That is, it is not any time that you wake up, anytime that you feel the need, you just go to your employer and request of a TFR. They won't give to you. The law stipulates that you must have certain kind of need before you go meet your employer for that TFR. So guys, you need to listen to this video so that I will explain to you time when you say you can walk to your employer and request of TFR and they will grant it to you, because most of our people just talk say you get TFR, you get TFR. Anytime you want, you just go meet your patron will give you your TFR. No be so. If you go meet them for reasons where you say you know they're valid, they are not going to give them to you. And you that is not working today, already you have known that TFR exists. Okay, so when you start working, you will know how the TFR they operate, and you know how to follow it up so that you too will get your own benefit when it is due. So back to business. TFR, like I was saying, the money where we say as you they work in Italy, you know, at the end of every year, there is this certain amount that you mature that the company keeps it with them, except you decide otherwise. Maybe you decide to keep with the AIMS or with the Fondo Pensionistica. In that case, you cannot ask for anticipo except you resign from that company or you go on pension. But if this money remains with your company, you reserve the right to ask for anticipo. But you don't just work to them anytime you want. You have to work up to 8 years minimum before you can request for anticipo of TFR. Okay, so let us go into details. So I will tell you when you say you have the right to request for this TFR, so that if you don't want to go meet your patron, you go no say really you get the right to request for TFR. They never fit turn you down. So let us see these fundamental requirements to be respected. 1, TFR advance for the purchase of first home. Second one, TFR advance for health expenses. Third, TFR advance for expenses during parental leave. The fourth one is TFR advance for expenses during training. So let us go into details. Number 1, TFR advance for the purchase of the first home. It says here, according to the law, if the seniority requirements have been met, the right to the advance payments applies both for the purchase of a first home for the worker himself and for a request submitted with the aim of purchasing a home for one's children. And the right applies even if the home you intend to purchase is not in the immediate vicinity of your workplace. Now, this one is talking about this. If you have the need to buy your first home, that is, you know, get place where you live, before and rent you there or you discuss with somebody. But this time around, you want to buy your first home. You reserve the right to meet your employer if only you don't work up to 8 years for that company. Okay, so ask for some percentage. I think up to 70% of that amount that you have with them is what they can give to you, not the 100%. 70% of the total amount is what you have the right to request for. So when you request for this, they are going to give it to you to buy your first home. But it didn't just stop there. If you have the need to assist your children, maybe your child don't grow up, your child don't have the need to get in your house, so where you can go live too. So you have the right to ask your employer also to give you some percentage of that money so that you go take support your child to buy their first home. You guys know as it be now, you approach them for loan, they give you the maximum percentage they can give to you. You go to notario, they request their own money. Maybe bank no fee finance all these things. Then you have the right to approach your employer to give you some percentage so that you go take support yourself, buy the house, or support your child buy the house. Maybe say then go live inside. So you can see that the purpose of this law, therefore, is to guarantee the stability of the family unit. And precisely for this reason, the right to an advance is not applicable if the purchase of the first home is made as a personal investment, for example, to rent the property. It should also be emphasized that the right to an advance is not limited to support of purchase cost, but also extend to all contractual acts aimed at obtaining the first home, such as the cost of participation in a housing cooperative or the cost of building the property from scratch. For this first home, where we say if you want to buy, you can approach your patron to give you some of that money where we say you don't accumulate as a TFR with him. Then tell you say here, that money, you can collect it only to buy properties where we say you want to live inside. You will be say you never get your first home or your children never get their first home, you want to support them. But for you to buy property, we say you go rent, no near your padrone, because they're not going to give you this TFR. So before they go even give you, you must bring everything to show them, say this money, you are collecting it from them to buy your first home. They also talk, say, apart from, say you buy your first home, if you still need this TFR for one or two, for here in Italy, sometimes some people go just group themselves. Somebody go arrange everything, somebody like administrator, then go build house from scratch. For people who say they contribute this money, they'll come, they live inside, they pay small. So you still collect this money from them to participate in that aspect. But you not go fit collect the money to go buy home. We say you go rent somebody. If you do, and your patron finds house or the government finds house, they might come after you. So guys, for you to collect that money to buy home, it must be your first home where you must live or where your children must live. That is all. And the number 2, the TFR ADVANCE for health expenses must have the objective of preserving the health of the worker in the event that an extraordinary health intervention is necessary, but to ascertain the requirements of extraordinary nature and the necessity of the intervention, a verification step is necessary. Okay, in essence, the competent health facility must certify the real clinical need for the intervention or therapy from which an extraordinary nature is evident, both from a medical and economic point of view. So this one, you get need, for health expenses. Maybe you want to do some kind of therapy, or you want to do some kind of operation, as we call them for our place. You have the need to meet your employer for some money so that you go take somebody one way you say you get to do that. You fit meet them. But here, the medical center where we say they want to operate on you must certify, say, then go really do that thing. And if they do them, you go well. And again, then go verify, say, this thing will cost this amount. And your 70% that you're supposed to collect from your TFR amount to this. The one where you get, how much you did. If then sum everything up, reach that amount that you're supposed to pay to go for that therapy. Then feel rejected. And feel say giving you 70% could be a waste. Say if you chop them for mouth, or if you use and do anything, because you know go feel even use them, pay for that medical intervention. That is what they have said here. So let us continue. To determine the extraordinary nature and the necessity of the intervention, it is also necessary to evaluate the subjective profile of the patient, how the person still be, whether a person will be say if they don't operate them, they will still survive, or a person will be say in health, then they deteriorate small. Let us take an example. An organ transplant intervention can be considered an extraordinary event, but the patient's pathological situation must be evaluated to understand if the extraordinary intervention can really resolve the clinical situation, and this evaluation must be shown by a specific medical certificate. So, I hope you will be the tell now. Then go check whether if they really do this operation, there is need, or just to waste money, like our people they do for our place. Any small thing, they go say person just for kidney. The next thing, they go gather money from people, even the whole one where they get sell land. Now India, then they go. If they go India, finish before you know, and 1 year, 2 years, the person do already fall again. So what's the need of spending this money? So then go evaluate to know, say whether if they really bring out this money to support this person, the person will survive, or at least he will live for some time before anything will happen. Maybe when they go collect money, maybe say if the person go, the family go see use and take sustenance, and they go use and go pour inside there. Well, later the person go still go, family go still the suffer. That is the case of our place. So if you have the opportunity to pass this message to our people, where we say any small thing, they go just they fly, they go India, go this one, go this, and then they go kidney. When they come after 1 year, 2 years, the same thing where we say they happen, go still they happen. Just let them know, because for Oibo land, yes, they value life, but they also value that thing where we say after life, it will still continue to happen. How the situation will be for your family. That's what they value most. They value your life, but if they say your life no go fit will last, you go say, okay, let God take control. And your family go still they live, and everything go still they bound for the whole family. Number 3. Advance of TFR for expenses during parental leave. Parental leave, I mean the time of a maternity leave or paternity leave or adoption leave. It says here that in this case, the advance of a severance pay is intended to support the worker's family during the period of parental leave. The operating procedure for paying this type of advance have been established by the Ministry of Labor and the Social Policy. So the law already there with the circular of 85/2000. Here are the guidelines. All right, let us look at them. The TFR advance can be paid to both natural and adoptive parents. So whether the child will be say you want to take leave for, whether the one will be say on a born or the one will be say on one go adopt, they will still give you that money if you request. The second, the right to the advance is guaranteed only once during the employment relationship. So now once you go fit request, say, but then give you and teach you of that your TFR during the whole time where you go there with them, they work. So if you like your wife born this year, you collect them. Your wife born next year again, they're not going to give you. Or you go adopt this year and they say your wife born, they're not going to give you. Now once during that time, we say you they work with them. And the third, they say here that the amount of the advance must be contained within the limits of its function of integrating the salary that the parents would normally have received if he or she had worked. So the amount that you can request from this your TFR, nobody say you go just carry go meet them, tell them say give me 5,000, give me 2,000, make I take go for parental leave. No, the amount that they are going to give you must equal to that number of money that you are supposed to get from them if you have worked. So if you want to stay for 2 weeks leave, now still 2 weeks, you go fit request from them maximum for that of parental leave. But for medical leave, it's a different thing. For buying a first house, it's a different thing. For this particular one, if you want to stay for only 1 day, that is what you are going to request for. You want to stay for 1 month, you are going to request for that of 1 month if your TFR cover 1 month. Okay? And the fourth one is TFR advance for expenses during training leave. According to the law 53 of 2000, it says that workers with at least 5 years of seniority with the same employer can request a suspension of the employment relationship for training leave for a period not exceeding 11 months over the entire working life. So if you have worked with your company for over 5 years, then you can request for training leave. Okay? Money no follow this one. No, that is for them to just grant you leave, make you go for training, go upgrade yourself as then they talk. So here it says that furthermore, if this leave is requested even after 8 years of seniority, it will be possible to obtain an advance of the TFR to cover the expenses related to the leave. So once you don't reach 5 years for that company, you get the right to request for training leave, but then if you give you money, only when you don't work after 8 years. Remember, I've told you before that you must have worked for at least 8 years with the same company before you go request for that TFR. So here now, the talk say, once you don't reach that 8 years there, if you still go for training again, you fit request for your TFR to support you to go for that training. That is what they have said here. To be entitled to the advance, it will be sufficient to submit a written request in which the will to request the TFR advance to cover expenses during the training leave is explicitly stated, aimed at increasing one's skill and developing new ability. So you must tell them, say, this money we want to collect from them, that is your TFR. Say you want to use and go upgrade yourself, as in talk here, say at increasing one's skill and developing new ability. That is all. If these 2 points no there, they're not going to give you this money, then go feel say the money will be say you want to collect, we want to go chop, they're not going to give you the money. So for you to develop yourself skillfully, then go give you your TFR if you request, only if you don't stay up to 8 years for that company. So guys, I believe that all that I've said here is very clear, so that you're not going to be among those ones who be so not going to parade on yourself. Think say you get TFR. So anytime that you want, you can just walk to your employer and collect it. No, there is rules and regulation governing that TFR. So if you must get a TFR, you must follow the due process. And if you meet with the requirements, they are going to give you, it is your money. If you don't meet with the requirements, it is still your money, but they are going to be saving it there for you. When it's time for you to go on pension, or you want to leave the company, they will give you your money because it is your money. But if you really need it to solve 1 or 2 problems, based on the one that I've listed here for you, they are going to give you this, your TFR. Thanks so much for listening, and please share this video so that our people will be say, then they work, will be say, then they know about all these things, then go know. And those will be say, then go still work tomorrow, then go still know say TFR they exist, and you go collect them only if you get these requirements. May God bless you as you do so. Bye.